Hey everybody, this is Anthony with JFT Trucking, and this is JFT TV. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope that you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future videos. Looking forward to having more members join, and hopefully you're liking the content. I know I did a lot of research when I first got into the business, but this video is going to be about a hard learned lesson I just had, one of which I feel I should not have made, and I'm going to tell you what happened with me so you don't make the same mistake and make sure you're getting paid and not taking the wrong loads. And so really, so quickly here, what happened was about a week or so ago, there was a posting on the DAP board that I looked at, and it was posted for a Friday morning pickup. I believe it was 9 a.m. and then a Saturday 1 p.m. delivery. It was going from Chicago to Maryland. And when I first called about it or was emailing about it, I had a delivery Friday morning at 7 a.m. and this person was wanting to make sure that I could get to Chicago, which is about 80 miles away, before 9 o'clock, couldn't be late. And in good faith on Thursday night, I ended up telling them through an email that I did not want to go through with establishing a rate con. I felt like I could not promise him I'd be on time. So with a lot of integrity and being honest, I let him know that I think he can, definitely have somebody else find the load. It was a good rate, and I needed to back out of it as I couldn't promise to be on time. And he thanked me in the email for being honest. And so I went about my day. The next morning, Friday morning, got up and I got to the receiver at 6:30, and they offloaded me right away. So by 7 a.m. I was offloaded, ready to roll, and I went back on the DAP board, and that load was still there going from Chicago to Baltimore, and only about 74 miles, I think exactly what it was. And the rate was actually even $20 more, so it was over $2 a mile. And I emailed the broker, and he emails right back and says, yes, can you be there by 9 a.m.? And I said, yes, I can definitely be there. Now, knowing Chicago's kind of brutal with traffic, but I had 2 hours to go, how many miles it was. And so he sent the rate con between me and my dispatch. I forget what she was doing. We were having some issues getting it taken care of and getting it signed. So I signed the rate con and began heading towards the load. I have learned that in the past. Do not move on a load without a signed rate con. I've made that mistake in the past. I think I might have told you about it, but if not, don't ever move without a signed rate con. That's first and foremost. You'll start moving somewhere, and I had one time, I got 50, 60, 80, 100 miles away, and then it came through with, hey, where's the rate con? Oh, they started to lie to me about it, that there was some mistake being made or something like that. Bottom line was, middle of Timbuktu, 100 miles away, wasted gas, wasted time, never should have moved. But this was even more than that. So I got the rate con, I began to move towards Chicago, got there on time. My dispatcher at this time was waking up. She was up a little bit later, I think, and picked up the load. I got there early, I believe it was 8:45, and I remember talking about with my dispatcher, hey, this rate con's showing a Thursday pickup, Friday delivery, and I'm there Friday delivery and Saturday. We got to get this all changed. And she agreed and began to email about that. So I helped or made sure that the truck got loaded properly and whatnot. Great people out there in Chicago, and they ended up printing out a rate con, or the BOL, excuse me, and signing that for me. So I got on my way. But we were noticing this paperwork wasn't quite matching up. So longer story short, emails back and forth with the broker. He was apologizing. Yep, made a mistake. He realized that he'll fix it. And by the way, the entire time I'm going to Baltimore, he's calling, emailing, what's your ETA? What's your ETA? Got to be there Saturday by 1 o'clock. And I'm like, there's no problem. It's like 700 and something miles. So by the time I get to the delivery, the receiver, it's 12:45 on Saturday. And the only reason why I took this load is because two things. They were able to factor quick pay through rigs, and two, the place was open on the weekend because I wanted to get out of there. I had a load posted that was going to Texas for Saturday at 5 o'clock, and I'm there early at noon. I'm like, this is going to be great, make some good money through the weekend. But guess what? Yep, you're right. The receiver wasn't open on the weekends. So I began to email this guy right away. Doesn't reply quickly. Finally, he replies, hey, call this number. And I'm saying to myself, call this number, figure out what's going on. You're the broker. You figure out what's going on. Started to not contact me. The only time he contacted me was all the way till I got there, making sure I was there. And so I came to find out that the place was closed. I talked to the place there. They said they were closed till Monday. I now have to get a hotel. I'm telling the broker I got to get a hotel for 2 nights. Longer story short, I had to get a room. I went back Monday morning on my own. The broker was never responding to me in a timely manner. Wouldn't even call me. Kept asking him to call me. And so I delivered, had a signed POD. And everyone knew the issues were going on, the people whose product it was, the shipper knew about it, the receiver knew about it. And I left there with my dispatcher saying we're going to file for detention, hotel fees, and stuff like that. And the guy was promising me he would take care of this or that. Come to find out, he wouldn't fix the rate con, kept messing it up. At this point, I knew the guy was lying. So I withheld the POD from him, and I said, not until you fix that rate con that we agreed on, and I want the detention pay for the 2 days and the hotel, will I send you the POD? Because he's been bugging me. Hey, where's that POD? Where's that POD? And I'm like, no, you're not getting it until I get my rate con adjusted. So he kept agreeing to fix it, kept doing one thing right, another thing wrong. At the end of the day, sent me an adjusted rate for only $2 more. I sent him the POD, knowing I wanted more because it was a huge issue, but whatever's whatever. Now he withholds payment. I start calling Riggs, hey, where's the payment? They go, there's a hold on it. I spent the next several days all through this week, and today is now Saturday, and as of yesterday, I had to call everybody. I called DAT, I called the broker, the shipper, the receiver, and finally was getting some information from DAT, and I was going to file against his bond and get a lawyer out of principle. And the guy began to email back, I'll take care of this right away. Longer story short, I just got notified from Riggs that he only agreed to pay the original $1,800 less fees. And I said, okay. So when the money clears on Monday, I'm still moving forward with filing for a bond on his bond and making a complaint and getting the rest of the money that's owed to me. What I want to tell you all is this is really on me at the end of the day. As much as this person lied about it, I never should have moved on this freight until I had an accurate, correct rate con. Because these documents, rate cons and PODs, are what are finally used in a court of law and whenever you have a dispute. And the paperwork was all messed up. The saving grace has been all along. I do have the emails with his admissions to being wrong and what he was asking me. So let me tell you what really did happen. First thing though, make sure you have the accurate rate con before you move. Don't start driving to save time. Make them send you the rate con, because if you start moving, they know you're moving and they'll keep working for a lower rate with somebody else and then just tell you some BS story. So always have your rate con and make sure it's accurate. Here's what's going on. This guy tried to say I showed up late. What he did was the broker was supposed to have this stuff shipped on Thursday, delivered Friday. He failed to do so. When I took it up on Friday, agreed to deliver Saturday, he fibbed on all that. He did not know if that place was open on the weekend, just told me it was, so I started moving there. And then when I got there, he then claimed that I was late. But everybody knows when I showed up with the emails when I began talking about this. So the guy really is a scum. I'm not going to give their name. Don't feel it's right at this point in time. I sure want to. But they do have issues on DAT and we're incomplete or something like that. So the only reason why I went forward on it was I have used Riggs many times for quick pay. Bottom line, last time I want to say this. Make sure your rate con's accurate. The pickup time, delivery times, whatever stated on there is what you're obligated for. If you don't make sure of that, then these are the kind of things that you deal with. Now, I'm not saying if the rate con was right, you still won't have problems, but the issue becomes much easier and simpler when you have everything matching up and it's saying what you're saying it's supposed to say. So having said that, I'm here in Atlanta. Hopefully going to get something out of here, hopefully something for the weekend and optimize some revenues. But I want to thank each and every one of you for watching these videos. I'm really grateful for that, grateful for the likes and subscriptions. So please subscribe if you haven't yet already and hit that notification bell. I'm grateful for you all. So you all have a great day and I hope this helps you out. Thank you. Bye-bye.